Shout outs to all the people watching Eurovisionary. This is Vincent Bueno, and I do represent my country, Austria, with the song Amen.
Thank you so much for joining us. Just want to start. How are you doing today?
Today I'm doing very, very good. I just had a little lunch right now, and thank you for waiting for me. I was really starving, but I'm doing really good today. It's the first time that the sun is shining here in Vienna. It was all gloomy all week, so I'm super happy today.
Oh, yes, the sun makes a huge difference, so it's always nice to see it.
Yeah,
Um,
totally.
so you started dancing at 4 years old, and then at 11 you could play the piano, guitar, drums, and I believe bass guitar. What was it like knowing you had a musical talent at such a young age?
You know, my parents are both very musically talented, and my father actually earned his money through music, not composing his own music, but being a cover band artist. And music was always around, so I felt like it was not a big effort for me to learn these instruments. I mean, I play a lot by hearing and chords, but I can't read notes. I can't read music. Uh, yeah, I ever since I've been just very, very interested um, in the whole music production. So yes, now I'm creating. So yeah,
That's nice. It's nice to have someone in your family who can like pass the tradition on to you. It's always
totally.
important. And then in 2008, you won, I believe it's musical Die Show. Are you a fan of musicals? What one's your favorite?
Musical D show because DIE is the article like THE like the, and we have three of those articles, but it's D show. It's fine. It's Yeah, I love musicals too. I mean, when I was 16, I didn't know what quite to do, so I felt like, okay, where should I go after school? And someone told me, hey, you could rock the conservatory, which is a university for performing arts. And I went in there, and they said, you're quite young, but you're very talented. So I made it through the finals, and we were there, eight out of 106 people. So I was the youngest in the whole school. I was 16 years old when I was starting to learn musical theater, and yeah, I think this whole journey gave me a lot of knowledge about performing and acting and dancing, and so uh, I don't particularly don't have a favorite one, but I love Miss Saigon, of course.
That's a very good, very popular one. Unfortunately, I haven't seen it, but I'm a huge musical fan, so like musical
For
songs
real?
are
What is
everything.
yours? What is yours? What is your favorite?
I'm really struggling to pick a favorite, but I think once lockdown's over, the first musical I'm going to see again is Waitress. So I'm really enjoying that. And then it's our UK representative from 2017 is playing the main character. So it's
So
kind of like Eurovision and
cool.
musical meet. So that's
So
so
cool.
exciting to see.
Hey, why do you have such an American accent?
Oh, okay. So, my whole family's from Scotland, and then they moved to America a year before I was born. So I grew up in America, and then 2017 we decided to come back to Scotland. So I've been here now. It'll be coming up for 4 years because we moved actually just after Eurovision. Um,
You sound so nice.
oh,
I like it.
thank you very much. But yeah, I always have a nice little American accent, which I think it's exciting. Everyone always
Do do
picks me
they
on the
do
street.
they do they yeah, but do they recognize it right away? Of
Yeah,
course, right?
yeah, they do. It's either, oh, are you American or are you Canadian? And I'm always like, oh, I wish it was Canadian, but it's American. But
Cool.
yes. Okay. And then in 2010 and 2011, you were sort of back and forth from Austria and the Philippines. Do you have a more of a preference towards one country than the other?
Um, Actually, no, because I feel like as a Filipino growing up in Austria, I mean, I feel Austrian enough to say that, you know. But I always have to say that as a Filipino, I never felt Filipino enough, and as an Austrian, I never felt Austrian enough. So I feel like I have two cultures in me that no one can take away. So I know how to switch. So every time, I mean, it's not that I always fake to be whatever they ask me to be, but it's more that I can understand every culture. So I think that's what I can give to the next generation, especially to Filipinos living in different countries of the world. I think it's the most important that we live and learn cultures, especially where we are, where we live, and to integrate and learn, but never lose your roots. Yeah.
Yeah. So do I take it, do you speak multiple languages then? Or do you just,
Actually, I do speak a lot of English. That's why I feel so home with you. I speak English every day and German, of course, and my mother language, which is Tagalog, which is Filipino. Yeah.
oh, yes. So you can be in multi-markets, got lots of knowledge. That's a really good thing being multilingual. I only speak English, but that's because in America, it's English is the only language that matters. So
That's
that's my
so true.
biggest
That is
regret.
actually so true.
My biggest regret is not learning another language, but I guess I'm
But
still
every,
young. I can still try.
how old are you, if I may ask?
22.
Oh yeah, you can learn easy,
Yes.
easy.
For sure. And then now we're just going to move on to Eurovision. Obviously, we do have to speak about the cancellation and everything, but you were internally selected. How did that go about? What was your reaction?
Um, Well, to cut a long story short, the internal selections are as exciting as the selections where we have audiences. But I felt like I almost felt like I'm not gonna make it because there was one guy in the panel that in the selection too that I knew he's gonna get it because he's always getting stuff. He's actually a very, very famous and awesome talent of a musical artist. He's yeah, but I can't mention his name. But I thought he would get it, you know. So I felt like when Eberhard Forcha called me, he's the guy who's scouting all the talents for Eurovision, and he kind of fooled me, you know. He tried to prank me a little bit. He said, okay, I give you the bad news first. I was like, okay, just tell me, all right, just tell me. And he said, there's a lot of work waiting for you, and second message is that it's gonna be you. I was like, what? Oh my gosh, I sobbed the whole way. I was in the car and I was sobbing my head off. Yeah.
Oh, that's magical. I always think it's better when artists are internally selected because when you have the competition, someone always picks a favorite, and then when that one doesn't win, they always look bad on the song that is selected. So I think being internally selected, you have a better advantage compared to everyone else.
I feel that. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously, sadly, it was canceled. What was your reaction to that?
Um, for me personally, it was kind of like a relief and disappointment in a way, but it was more like a personal relief because the tension and everyone was saying already it's not gonna happen, and we were expecting it not to happen because that was the time when Corona just took its toll over Europe, you know. And when we were called, I was like, okay, at least I don't have to sing that high song alive. The song was so high for me. I mean, I can rock it, but still, like I felt like okay, I felt so tense, so I had to warm up my voice every single day and train. But I felt like okay, things happen for a reason. That's what I feel. Well, that's what I strongly believe.
I know it was so devastating for like the Euro fans. So it was so interesting to find out how the artists actually felt because it was like for you that was your year, but for us it's like our everything. Like it's the one thing we look forward to. So it's nice to know that the artists were also upset about it as well. And
And
then,
just to let you know, like you guys are just making it all so sweet. Without you guys, we wouldn't be this special. You make us feel special, and thank you for that, for real.
oh, that's so sweet. The Euro fandom's definitely the best fandom I've ever been a part of. They're all so welcoming and lovely, and it's so magical what everyone does.
Mm.
And then your song Alive was more up tempo, but Amen is more of a ballad. Do you prefer ballads more?
I do actually prefer up tempos more because a ballad requires a different sort of energy from you. It requires the same. It's not just because it's a ballad and you're standing. It's not definitely less work. It's more, ballads are more of a challenge for me. But I think that this year is a ballad. I just I just feel so challenge accepted. I feel so this is the right time that it has to be a ballad this year. And it was nice that to showcase last year that kind of funk vibe that always kind of like lingers in me. But it would have been so boring if I would have done the same kind of vibe. So yeah.
Yes. And then Duncan won with the ballad. So obviously ballads are like the in thing just now too. So it's definitely a good choice. It shows that you have more versatility and you don't just stick to one thing. So it's a nice little surprise.
That's cool.
What is Amen about? Does it have a personal meaning to you?
um I think the way it was portrayed or metaphorically spoken or written, I think it's not really relatable to me because it's about separation of one relationship of a relationship of, I think, um, a couple. This is not how I related, but I related, of course, in the emotional part of it because I know how it is to grieve. I know how it is to feel deep sadness and anxiety, and I felt like this year it was so important to create a vibe that relates to so many people that uh, felt these emotions. And at first we didn't plan to create a Corona song. It's not a Corona song at all, but it's more of a, I think this song triggers so many people in the right spot that I think is super, super important that they feel empathy in these parts of the heart where no one wants to go. So yeah.
Oh, that's a really beautiful message. It is really, when you listen to it, you like, don't talk for the 3 minutes. Like you really truly stop and listen to the song. So I think you've beautifully captured everyone's attention, which is a really good thing to do.
Yeah. Shout outs to the composers and to the producers. They made an amazing job.
Oh, yes, definitely. They're one of the most important people to a song. Um,
Mm.
and then with the music video, where was it filmed and what's the significance of the bird changing the colors?
Well, the bird changing the colors. If you, as you've seen, it's a raven, right? And a raven is, shout outs to the people who made the video, Team Lancelot, and one of those, actually the CEO of that team is one of my best friends. Um, what we wanted with that raven is that ravens in particular are beautiful, very wise animals, and these animals never give up. These animals always see a solution to a problem, and we wanted to create the parallel between me being stuck in my problem and even claustrophobically talking. Like it's like I don't know how to get out of this situation, but the raven comes in, the raven comes in and symbolizes that we as human beings also, when we act intelligent, when we act intuitively, I think we are always getting out of the situation. And through saying stuff like amen, having hope, and having kind of like this force to let go things that you cannot change, I think we grow, and that's where we feel relieved. And when I finally opened the very next door to kind of freedom, it's like you see that bird changed its color because we wanted to symbolize that the bird that was black in the beginning is representing my kind of moods, which is colorful, which is free from any sort of prejudice or whatever, like whatever tries to capture your freedom, everything. You're not anymore in that tunnel, so you're very free. So that's what we actually wanted.
That's really nice. It's nice when small things in a music video are so much more powerful that they were like in the music video for a reason. But
Yeah.
where was it filmed?
It was filmed in Vienna. The first studio was in Guxtu Studios. Shout outs to them. They're such great people. And the second part where we filmed the whole day there. Like at the top, we were on the rooftop of Haus des Meeres, which is actually like it's like a tower. It's like a how you call it, indoor zoo, for real. It's an indoor zoo, and I was actually in top of, you know, can you imagine like a little ocean below me? That was for real. Like it's a big tower that has a lot of beautiful animals inside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. We always watched the music video and my dad was always wondering if it was Vienna and my little sister's like, "No, it's not Vienna." And so this kind of puts it at a rest now that it is.
It is. It is. It is.
Um okay, and then just moving on, you were sort of like a small part of group of Eurovision artists who have dealt with this pandemic. Has that made you bond with any of the other acts? Do you have you made any friendships with any of them?
Honestly, since I am the type, and I reveal myself right now, since I'm the type of very, actually, at the end of the day, I'm very introverted. When it comes to making new friends, I'm not an extrovert. Like, I'm an extrovert person. That's for real. But when it comes to new friendships and everything, I'm pretty selective because it's so hard to be friends with me because I just have a handful. And since I'm such a busy dad and such a busy family man and running my own business, I think it's so important to keep your circle small, because there's just so many people that you know I don't want to waste no time anymore. So let's just face it. I can have a lot of friends, can have a lot of followers, but to have like real friends, I am really super selective about that. But I don't know. I'm super open for exchange, especially about with other artists in the competition.
Yeah, I agree. I'm an introvert too, but I always feel Eurovision brings out the more confident side of me. So hopefully you'll get to reach out to them. And then if you're in Rotterdam, seeing them in person will be better to make a connection than on like a Zoom call. So,
Rotterdam, that was so American. That's
oh,
so
I know.
Rotterdam.
Um, and then, oh gosh, where were we? Have you listened to any of the other songs at all, or are you just focusing
Some
on
of them,
yours?
yeah, yeah. No, I'm actually focusing on mine, but I heard a lot of them. Pretty much, when I released just a few weeks after, a lot of people also released their songs, and that was the wave of me just going by and just listening a little bit. But for me, it's more important to really just capture the emotion and not try to get way too caught up in how, oh my gosh, they have this kind of vibe, and oh my, because that creates that with you. It's like social media, when you scroll around too much and you start comparing yourself with no reason. And it's a competition. Of course, you want to focus your energy on your performance. So after that, I'm gonna make so many covers of all of these beautiful songs. I will do that.
Perfect. That'll be something to definitely look forward to. It's been really a great interview. You've been like my favorite one that I've done. You've been so welcoming, so I really appreciate that.
Oh, Thank you. Thank you. You're
Um,
so sweet too. I
thank
have to
you.
say, Lauren.
Do you have anything that you specifically want to say to the Eurovision fans, anyone who's going to watch this video?
All right. To all the Eurovisionary people, I think that that name is already so cool, visionary, because we are all visionaries in all our, parts of lives. Just stay strong, stay healthy. Thank you for your votes. Thank you so much for your energy, for your reactions, and yeah, without you guys, our Eurovision journey would mean nothing because you guys make the hype. And thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you. Love you guys.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. I wish you all the best, May, and all the best for the next couple of weeks.